everybody, Lorie Burch here, ready to answer another question from the Lorie Burch mailbag. And today we have from Bobby in Dallas, Texas, the following question. Dear Lorie, I've seen a few of your hot topics and estate planning videos and am extremely impressed with your knowledge about wills and trusts. Well, thank you, Bobby. Luckily, I put together a will and powers of attorney, but I was wondering where you would recommend that I keep my documents, whether I should give my family a copy, and how I can make everything as easy as possible for my family and loved ones should something happen to me. Keep doing the videos. They are very helpful. Bobby in Dallas, Texas. Thanks, Bobby. That is a question that I get a lot, or not just one question, but several questions. First of all, what I'm going to give you as far as advice is very, very general, and you need to cater your personal circumstances. But in general, I do recommend that you keep your original documents at home, preferably in a fireproof safe. That's in lieu of keeping them off-site in a safe deposit box. The reason why is if something happens to you, those boxes typically get frozen, and a lot of the times the way to get in them is to get appointed by the court as the executor, but what if the will's in there? Also, if you don't have someone's name put on there, they can't access it, and it's not as convenient when you have an emergency that you know that you're going to be able to get to those documents because it has to be during bank hours. So in general, I don't really advise that. As far as making copies, again, general advice, your circumstances dictate otherwise, but I don't typically advise clients to give out copies to family or loved ones. The reason being is that there may be reasons that you change or update these documents or amend them in the future, and if you've got previous versions of documents and keeping track of them, that's just a real nightmare for estate planning attorneys like myself. So I would typically advise against that. One exception may be that you may want to provide a copy of your medical power of attorney, medical record release, living will directed to physicians and such to your general physician. That's not necessarily a bad idea to do that. One alternative way of doing that, and something I provide with my clients on my website, is a pre-drafted document that clients can customize that can put their family and executors on notice that says, I've drafted these documents, I've appointed you in this role, this is where I keep the originals, and this is the attorney who has copies, just to put them on notice that that information is out there. Another final reason why you may not necessarily want to provide copies is that you may change your mind, or you may not want your kids to know exactly how you're doling things out or who's going to get what until it actually occurs. So just some general things to keep in mind. Also, as far as just getting organized, another good idea, and this is something I provide with my clients, again, that's on my website, that's called a will memorandum. That's a clearinghouse of information as far as biographical information. It references documents you may have and where they may be located, people to contact, advisors you may have, account names, account numbers, usernames, passwords. There's just a lot of information that you may have stored just up here all over the place, but it's something that you should put together so that your loved ones or your executors or so forth are able to go to a centralized place in order to start collecting all that information in case they need to act for you. One last thing that I would actually talk to you about, and it's something that I provide for my clients and the other attorneys have, is there's actually a company called Documents that I offer with, and you get this emergency ID card. And what this does, it has my contact information, your information, and emergency contact information, and it also provides emergency personnel a website and a PIN number so that in case of emergency they can find this in your wallet or purse and they can go and get your medical power of attorney, they can get your medical record release, and they would know to contact those people. So those are some tips and tools on as far as how you can be organized, how you can best prepare your family and loved ones, whether you should keep copies. So keep the questions coming. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like us on Facebook if you haven't already, and you can always check out other Hot Topic videos on our YouTube page. Until then, remember, if you don't have a will, the state of Texas has one for you.